Welcome to Wembley Arena. This is the Whitlock Premier League Darts Finals Night, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation. We are live on Sky Sports HD. Time now to meet our semi-finalists. Would you please welcome, all the way from down under, he's the wizard from Oz, Simon Whitlock! Whitlock Premier League champion, simply known as the Machine, James Wade!
First semi-final, 2010 finals night, first at 8. If it's 7-7, there will be a golden leg which will decide the eventual winner. Your commentary team, Rod Studd and Dave Lanning.
14 weeks plus one extra day, and the feeling around Wembley today is the extra day could be extra special. We are down to the creme de la creme, the last 4 men standing. They've had another day to prepare, and they are ready to rumble. And these two, Rod Studd, could rumble with all the effect of tiger tanks.
They're absolutely itching to get started, aren't they? James Wade made the point, the reigning and defending Premier League champion, itching to get into action against Simon Whitlock, arguably the second best player in the world in current form. Finished second in the table over 14 weeks. Wade finished third and performed a minor sporting miracle just to get there. Lost his first 3 games, the first man to reach finals night after so doing.
So it's going to be the best of 15 legs. It's a really classic distance, a classic discipline. And there will be no draws. If we end up 7 apiece, they'll have a killer dinner leg, and it's Wade who has won the right to throw first. And he is off, and he is running.
They won 1 game apiece in the regular season rounds when they played each other. Wade beat Whitlock back in week 6 in Brighton, 8-4. And Whitlock reversed the form, winning by exactly the same score in Newcastle in the penultimate round of matches. Bookmakers make Whitlock 6-4 on to go through. Wade 11-10. Taylor an overwhelming favourite for the title.
Oh, James Wade has hit the traps.
100.
As indeed he needs to do. He hasn't been the form man, only won 2 of his last 5 matches by comparison. Simon Whitlock here from Hornsby, New South Wales, won 4 of his last 6 matches. And his finishing, of course, has
81.
been a feature of his campaign. He is like a desert death adder. And this man, Wade, knows if he lets his Aussie rival get the sniff of a double, He can kill him.
60.
Yeah, as you said, Dave, Wade didn't finish off very well in the Premier League season, didn't start very well, lost the first 3, didn't win any of the first 5. He had that burst of form in the middle of the season, middle of the regular season, that's got him to this stage. If he can play as well as he did in weeks 6 to 10, he'll be in good shape. But can he?
Despite all the problems, we have got a very healthy house here. Tungsten toxophilites are gathered here at Wembley.
60.
Well, that leaves Wade on an out shot. Whitlock, well, we've seen he is the master of the big finish. And they met in the quarterfinals of the World Championship. Whitlock beat Wade 5-3, but it was his finishing that did all the damage. He hit a 170 and 4 other ton-plus outshots and 1,580s, and that's going to leave him well within range of 80. Wade with a big shot on offer, Dave.
And he knows that Whitlock is on a finish as well. James Wade now should come down 7s perhaps.
87.
And now Whitlock on 80, and this is the
80.
range which he is really deadly. 80 the shot.
He's got a 50% checkout ratio in the regular season, the best in the league. Double top with his first shot at a double. Wade waits on 54.
40.
And Wade will get a shot at 54.
James, you require 54.
And he knows he has got to take this opportunity. An uncharacteristic miss by Whitlock. Now then, Wade, what's his finishing like? Double, 10, big dart, big dart.
34.
It's not a good sign for James Wade. Rod Harrington made the point in his pre-match chat with Dave Clark that Wade's banker doubles, double top and double 10, haven't been going in recently. He's missed both in this opening leg. Whitlock wants tops. 1 left in the locker. An edgy start from both players, Dave Lanning.
Absolutely. You would have got extremely healthy odds on them missing what? Now 6 starts between them, but now James Wade looking at that double. That's the dart. That's the shot. That's 1 up to James Wade, and he'll be feeling better. But Whitlock here on the mark with a very sluggish opening leg.
135.
Yeah. He'll be concerned with those missed darts at double top. 4 missed darts at double top, but he is the kind of guy, Whitlock, who can just blank it out very quickly. Wade looking for the first maximum of the match. He banged in 52 in the regular season, second only to A.D. Lewis on the 180 table.
This is by no means vintage Whitlock. A very uneasy, edgy start, and James Wade knows he has got to fill his boots.
Yeah, the first leg did go with throw, despite all those missed darts by Simon Whitlock. They were for a break of throw, so there's nothing in it at the moment. But remember, Wade won the throw for bull in the practice room, so if it does go to the golden leg, the 15th leg, Wade will have the advantage, and that could yet prove vital.
If Wade could manage to hit a 140 or 180 here, needs the trebles. That's one of them. Still a good bit of room.
140.
The bed was really grinning at him there, and he's down at a finish again. Whitlock needs to reply in kind here.
Well, if he can hit another, he'll go favourite for this leg. He has hit another. Simon Whitlock hits the first maximum of the match. Wade looking for a break of throw on 1-2-1.
And if he can hit this 1-2-1, it would be like a kick from a healthy cart horse to Simon Whitlock. Now you've got to hit the treble.
$97.
Now then, Whitlock, will he go 6 tops or 14 double 16? He's missed 4 darts at tops, remember, so he switches to double 16. Well, Whitlock's legendary finishing has deserted him tonight. Half a dozen missed darts at a double.
James, you require 24.
James Wade knows he has got to accept this kind of opportunity. The marker is in the board. The target is still open. It is still open. He's just got to tickle Tungsten. Does so. Clever combination throwing from James Wade. 2 up. And Whitlock, we'll look at it again there. You can see just how it took a deflection. As Whitlock now has had 6 darts at doubles. His strength has let him down. Remarkable.
Yep, you wouldn't have expected it, would you? Half a dozen missed darts at a double from Simon Whitlock, and James Wade, the defending champion, 2 up. And remember, reached the final the year before in 08 as well,
57.
Before losing to Phil Taylor in the final. So his pedigree in the Premier League is second only to Taylor.
And Whitlock seems to have really got a hornet in his hat now. He knows he has got to pick up his game. He's got to win this leg against the throw to keep in touch. But Wade is piling on the pressure. Terrific darts. Laser type accuracy from the man from Aldershot.
Maybe the early nerves are disappearing. Best leg of the match by some distance, this. Yeah, Whitlock finding his range now. Well, to leave 184 after just 6 darts. Spectacular sharp shooting from the Wizard.
Drop shot there from Wade, and he needs the treble here, really. And that isn't good enough. Whitlock has established daylight.
Well, should win the leg from here. 6 darts from 184. Well, he uses the ball.
Interesting shots, and leaves him 95. Wade can't finish on 204. We'll watch for Whitlock going ball 25, although he may have his own escape tunnel.
Yeah, the outer ball would have been more handy, Dave, wouldn't it, than the actual ball would have left him 120, which is a lot easier than 95, even though it's 25 points more. Double 8, though.
79.
And this again.
Require
A real backbreaker if Wade could hit 144 to go 3 up. Possibilities. He needed the treble for double 12. And now we think and know, and Whitlock knows, he has simply got to hit that double.
And has hit it. Well, Simon Whitlock had hit 50% of his doubles before tonight in the Premier League. He missed his first 7, so statistically that was a 1 in 128 run of poor finishing by Simon Whitlock. So a statistical freak. He's back on course now with that first leg of the night, and boy, he needed it, Dave, didn't he?
He did, and he won it against the throw, and he's very much back in this game, but he will not be over exuberant about that opening riposte there, because it's given Wade the opportunity with a big ton here, the right smack centre of the treble. Room for a third bedfellow.
Wade second of the night.
Russell Bray, our referee caller, tearing great lumps out of his larynx as he hails
57.
the 180. What's that? The third we've seen in the match, but now you can see Wade has interesting possibilities here. Just a sniff of a possible 9-darter. But
59.
that's not quite so clever.
No, and that's been the lack of consistency that's dogged him really throughout the Premier League season. A corking visit followed by a very ordinary one.
100.
Yes, James Wade unfortunately can go from stonker to stinker in one throw.
Will this be a stinker or a stonker, Dave? Or a mixture of the two? Oh, good third dart, lovely third dart.
Easy to finish, and Whitlock with a lot of work to do to avoid going 3-1 down. He's using the treble 18
92.
segment successfully.
James, you require
Now 128.
128.
Got to hit the treble first dart, one suspects.
But doesn't need to take it out, Dave, does he, with Whitlock lagging behind on 192. So just one treble in this visit would be handy and tidy.
45.
Well, it's a sloppy visit, though, isn't it?
Yeah, not really concentrating. I think, as you said, that he perhaps realised that Whitlock couldn't finish, but the Australian can put real big-time pressure on him here.
130.
He has, hasn't he, in
James,
spades
you
as well.
require 83.
Wade wants 83. Treble 17, the target. Squeezes it in, double 16, not his favourite. Oh,
Game
nailed it
set,
beautifully.
full play.
Well, James Wade cleaned up that 83 quite beautifully and now leads 3-1.
Game on.
Wade will be happy. Who would have thought we'd have seen these figures? 43% success rate for Wade and only 13 from Whitlock. And Whitlock, whose finishing was as impressive as anyone, has found that it has been his weakness here at Wembley.
There's yards of room, wasn't there, to the left, but he couldn't find the red bit. Well, he needs to at least win one of the next two legs, Whitlock. He won't want to be going in 5-1 behind, but that's what he could be facing if he goes 4-1 down, with Wade throwing first here and looking good to go 3 legs clear. Wade hasn't been at his best, but Whitlock has been well below par. That's been the problem, and as we've mentioned, Dave, many times, the finishing just 1 from 8 for Simon Whitlock, a man who has been the best finisher in the Premier League.
100.
Been a solid performance though from Wade. Having said that, his match average is pretty much the same, just a tad or 2 points over his tournament average, but he still has, I would suggest, at least 5 or 10 extra points in his locker. But 122 for 4-1 would which way is he going to go? He's going to go upstairs now.
82.
He got lost, as we all did there. He should have stayed on 18s, I would have thought.
Yeah, the treble 16 would have left him double 8, wouldn't it? But yeah, Whitlock was so far behind, he could afford to tidy things up. Didn't need to go for the 18s route, which would have left the bull. Left himself double top.
Double 10. Used to this escape tunnel. Needs it. Whitlock's on a finish. Just squeezes the last start in Wade, and that's the way he went 4-1 up. And this is a leg one suspects that Whitlock knows he has simply got to win.
Yeah, can't afford to lose this, can he? Race to 8, remember. 5-1 down. It's a long, long road back from there. It's been a long road just to get here for Simon Whitlock. From Australia, the World Championship finalist against Phil Taylor. It's, 5:30 in the morning in Sydney. I'll be up watching this. Whitlock's fans.
Well, it has been, for the Wizard of Oz, it has been
100.
a yellow brick road since he's joined the PDC, and those yellow bricks have been of gold. He's been earning up to, I think, 200,000 it's over now, and he has a really very, very rosy future. What is he? 39. He's got 10 good years, one would think, at the top. In that time, he could become a millionaire going by Sydney Harbour Bridge.
He's almost certain to smash his way into the top 10 in the world, but not with darts like that.
Oh, well, James Wade, who has been ranging about Wembley like a tiger, waiting for this match, must be thinking, could hardly have asked for a more encouraging start, and that's very useful cover shooting downstairs at treble 19.
Yeah, brilliant, weren't they? 2 brilliant darts, well grouped. Whitlock needs trebles. Well, even a ton will leave him 120, another treble will leave him 80. That's handy. Wade, though, can put a lot of pressure on Simon Whitlock's 80, and it was 80 that he missed in the first leg that started the rot in this match. Couldn't clean up 80 in that first leg. He's going to have to take it out in the 6th day.
And that wasn't impressive from James Wade. He's got to finish, but Whitlock on 80. Wouldn't care to bet against him now. 2 darts at that double. The marker looks a good one.
60. James, you require 126.
Well, it's the 19s route for James Wade. 1 in the treble will give him a shot at the bull. 2 in the treble will give him a shot at double 6. This has to hit a treble or Whitlock's coming back. The bullseye for 5-1.
101.
Wasn't a mile away.
Simon, you require 20.
These are possibly the 3 most important darts that Whitlock has aimed this evening. On the wire, in the double, 4-2, gives him hope, gives him a dream to stay alive in the break. We'll be back in a moment or two to see if the Australian can continue to come back. And James Wade, the holder of the title. We'll be right back.
Simon Whitlock, normally the deadliest of doublers, has been out of sorts at Wembley in the Premier League semi-finals. James Wade, the defending champion, is in good shape. to defend his crown.
And absolutely superb slow-mo. That's the score at the break, and this next leg we feel will be pivotal for James Wade with the throw. And still to come, the power is here, and the power is on literally at Wembley tonight, thankfully, against Mervyn King, and a healthy crowd in the circumstances. But this leg now, Rod Studd, is going to be pivotal.
Absolutely. Just before the break, we saw James Wade narrowly miss the ball. He could have been 5-1 in front in a race to 8. Whitlock cleaned up double 10 to narrow the gap to just 2 legs. Wade's got throw in this 7th leg and has only started with 60. Only 60. Chance for Simon Whitlock. Taking it.
And the Wizard beginning to wave his magic and weave his spells. Wade losing out in the opening exchanges of leg number 7, and that's just the wrong side of the wire. It's just the width of the wire that sorts out the men from the mugs in this business.
Yeah, we're used to seeing Simon Whitlock fire in the big finishes. 5 in that quarter-final of the World Championship, over 100 against James Wade. Nothing of that calibre here tonight. James Wade's 83 is the biggest we've seen so far in this match. Whitlock is chasing the game.
Yes, Wade needs this maximum here. And right on cue. And that just has turned it round. It's left him on a bogey. Let's watch the third dart in there. Precise shooting from Wade. And now Whitlock looking for a good friend over there on treble 18. They stay there now, came back. These are the top finish. We were just talking about finishes. Wade can't finish on 166, remember. It's a bogey number.
Yeah, Whitlock hit a 170 against Wade in week 4 in defeat, and also hit a 170 in that World Championship quarter-final against James Wade. Is he going to repeat the feat on the big stage?
Could turn this match right on its head. 1/3 of the way there. 2/3 of the way. He wants the bullseye. Just the width of the wire. Breathtaking.
He'd have fancied it as well, wouldn't he? As I mentioned, he's done it twice before against Wade. Couldn't have been closer. Wade wants the ball now. Oh, that's going to fall out. Well, leaves him 50. It may not matter. In fact, he's probably better off leaving himself 50 to 25 if he does come back.
We've got to fancy the Australian here. 25. 2 clean throws at that double.
Entering the 7th leg, Simon Whitlock.
Well, that could be crucial. James Wade has missed the ball in the last 2 legs by millimetres. Could, Dave, it could have been 6-1. It's not, it's 4-3.
And our pictures there showed the frustration coming to the surface for James Wade. He was, what, 4-1 up, remember? And he has not come back successfully from the break.
Whitlock kicks off leg 8 with a 140. If he holds throw here, it'll be all square. But he has got to break Wade again at some point, because if he goes 7-all with throw, they will play a golden leg. Wade won the throw before the match. He'll have the advantage. So still, you'd have to make James Wade favourite.
What must be worrying for both Wade and his followers, Rod, is that Whitlock is still only checking out at 21%, which is less than half of his average, and he's still got that in his locker, and if he suddenly starts to hit doubles, that could propel him towards a place in the final.
Yeah, Whitlock was averaging round about 7 or 8 missed doubles a match in the regular season. He's missed 11 already in this game, and we're only halfway through, so it'll show how way off he's been. He's chasing a maximum, and that really does stick the boot in. That makes him an overwhelming favourite to tie it up at 4 apiece. The tide has turned.
Double max together, could be too late for Wade, as Simon Whitlock looking at 81, 2-dart potential kill here. Got the wrong treble, wanted the treble 15, now then 32, double 16.
65.
Well, no dramas for Whitlock. He'll come back for double 8. What will Wade leave here. Another treble here would be interesting.
100.
Well, he's on a finish, but you'd expect Whitlock to nail this down.
Get back on terms here at a critical moment in the match. Oof, now he's got to get his geometry right. Inside. That's a clever throw. That was absolutely laser surgery. Watch it again and wonder at the skill.
4-all. Started as a race to 8, now a race to 4 effectively. And Whitlock, remember, was within millimetres of going 5-1 down in this match.
Absolutely. And he's staged a stirring revival. The crowd here giving this match true respect, and the crowd here, it has to be said, considering the circumstances, is remarkably healthy. Remember, there's what, 80,000 just across the way watching the football, but to be sure, this has a very special sporting magic all its own.
They're here to see the wizard. Whitlock has been practicing tonight with Philip Taylor in the practice room. So a lot of players don't enjoy doing that because they can be
93.
Have their confidence shattered by Taylor's practice routine and practice regime, but Whitlock not bothered about it. Been practicing with the power before play started tonight. And I tell you what, he's in with a great chance in this leg if Wade can't hit a treble, and that bounce out could be disastrous. Whitlock with a chance to go wading in here against the throw.
Well, with respect, Rod, it was only a 5 on the deck, so it might not be quite so disastrous, but you can ill afford to lose any scoring power here. He could be right.
58.
And Whitlock here bidding to get his nose in front for the very first time at an important moment in this semi-final. Remember, there's a difference of £15,000 at least, and the winner could go on to take 125,000. But that, I'm sure, is not on their minds at this moment. They just want to find some magic marksmanship, and at the moment, the emphasis is on the Aussie.
Yeah, Wade's 45, Whitlock hit 140, Wade coming back with 170, but he wanted the outer ball there to leave double top. He was too accurate for his own good. Whitlock wants 70. Treble 10 or treble 18, which way? Treble 10, tops.
Oh.
Long way away. What a final dart of that visit from Simon Whitlock. What a dart in the context of this match. From 4-1 down to 5-4 up.
The first dart he threw at a double was so high it almost had volcanic dust on it. The second one had gold dust.
Now, he's broken throw, but it's not a true break unless he holds.
60.
Needs to underline. Put it in capital letters. And an opening salvo of 60 has been knocked off and then some by James Wade.
135.
What happened here? Let's watch it again. It just took the rascal of a deflection into the wrong treble.
There's been a few drifts in the last few visits from James Wade. A bounce out that would have been in the 5. A single 5, a treble 5.
76. Sorry, 86.
Computerised counting of Russ Bray just momentarily off the mark. Moments of history in darting terms.
One of these men will be in the final in about 15 minutes' time. They've had to wait 24 hours to get on stage. Do you think that's made them more edgy, Dave?
137.
It seemed to have encouraged. I thought James Wade looked by far the more meaner and leaner, but he's just let this match slip. I think from the minute he missed that ball to establish a 5-1 lead, I think it was, Rod. Since then, Whitlock, and Whitlock had been playing indifferently, but he's found a bit of magic, pushed his average up to 96, his check-out percentage success rate to 26%, still way below his best, and he needs a treble here.
44.
Oh.
James,
well, Wade could be looking at the bull again here if he can hit 2 big trebles. The irony was in the last leg when he was looking for an outer bull to leave tops, he hit the middle of the board. He needs a treble badly here.
60.
Well, this leg is crucial and it's close.
Yeah, and a big score here from Whitlock could really apply pressure. 19s. May stay down there, may stay there. Successfully, and that is a big score. And now all the pressure in the world on Wade. He's got to hit this 107.
Yeah, Whitlock favourite to go. 6-4, unless Wade can hit this double top. Brilliant! Breathtaking! Absolutely breathtaking under the severest pressure. James Wade takes out 107 and ties it up again.
Yes, and that's the kind of bottle we've seen from Wade. You can see from these pictures just what it means to him. And that was against the throw, we would remind you. And now with the throw here for 6-5.
140.
Getting down to the critical point of this match. And Whitlock, who rallied splendidly, got to mount another charge.
Well, short odds now against going to the golden leg at 7 apiece. We're 4 legs away from that happening. Wade there, that 107, Dave. Whitlock was sat on 40. 1 dart at double top, couldn't afford to miss.
Isn't that the magic, isn't it the charm of this game? And you can see the Australian has his fans. And he is responding to them. Another treble here would be useful.
140.
Wade has 63 points in hand, plus these. Will be on a finish after these two, so Wade, with that beautiful third dart, has suddenly found top gear, the machine rolling now.
Could check out in 11 darts here, you know, which would be a particularly appropriate moment to find a patch of royal purple.
60.
Now,
Jones
81,
require 81.
treble 19, one would think would be his target. Now, double 12 to regain the lead, double 6. Not quite so critical. Whitlock can't finish, but he'd like to see it go home. That really propels him on his way. 6-5. Indeed, changes hands again. This is getting to be a little bit of a classic, right?
Yeah, very difficult game to predict because Wade started so well. Whitlock was very much in the doldrums. It looked like Wade would go on with it. Suddenly Whitlock came back to lead 5-4. We thought he would run away with it then. He was looking strong. Wade's come back. I'd say it's short odds against 7 all, Dave, in the golden leg here.
Wouldn't bet against it. Two fine young players, and both of them now are thoroughly flexing their muscles.
54.
Is it just me or my inspiration? I don't think we've seen the best of Whitlock. Whitlock we've seen has thrown much more cleanly and fluently than this. Still very much in this match, and you still get the feeling that the Aussie has a good bit left to present to us and to add to the game.
Yeah.
And this could be it.
140.
Yeah, fair point, Dave. Whitlock averaged 105 against Wade in the World Championship quarterfinals and averaging 9 points fewer than that tonight. On the big stage with £125,000 going to the winner tonight.
It's a lot of Australian lager. Treble 19 would be a party piece. Wade is way back
99.
out on the North Circular Road at the moment. Whitlock, though, just a couple of darts away from levelling the match again.
41.
Is getting to be a real squeaker.
68.
Well, surely he will, Dave, because he's got 6 darts from here if he needs them, with Wade having a nightmare visit and leaving himself a mile
52.
back. Well, Whitlock's missed a dart at a double there, but he knows, as I say, he's coming back for that double 8.
We've got to come out, surely, yes, 19.
59. Simon, you
Double 8
require
then for Simon
60.
Whitlock for 6 apiece.
Game shot.
No problem for the
12
Australian.
Simon
A dozen legs split.
13 leg, which James took first.
Isn't it just the absolute theatre of this sport? Then with those darts, you could hear the thunk, that magic thunk as the dart hit the board. And this is just pure sporting soap opera.
As we say, Wade will have the throw in the 15th leg. Whitlock might be wondering that he finished second in the league and Wade finished third. Maybe the guy who finishes above in the league should get the throw if it goes to a deciding leg to give some kind of incentive to the guys finishing higher in the table, but that's not the rules. Wade won the ball in the practice room.
Now the room in the treble bed, perhaps not quite. It's still an emphatic lead, but not beyond Whitlock to retrieve the situation.
16.
At this stage in a match, Dave, 3 darts without a treble spells trouble.
Disaster. Darting disaster. Now 19s for
99.
Wade, and just under the wire, but he's left to finish to regain the lead again. Jamestown's, what, 3 times the lead.
Well, Wade is in complete command
43.
of this leg.
Jones, you require 164.
Doesn't need to go for it. Had he left the ball, probably wouldn't. Just set up the shot here. Yeah, good stuff this from James Wade.
100.
Level ton, good enough. Miles in front, 234 in front.
Needs a 180 really to put any kind of stress on Wade, and Wade
58.
now just must
Jones,
summon the
you
sinew,
require
take his time,
64.
pick this out. 64, he's got time. 16 for tops. You know what he wants, so does he, and he knows exactly where it is. 7-6
James Wade.
for Wade,
Good
and,
Simon, row first.
this is a leg that Whitlock knows. No more questions, he's got to win it.
Well, no more questions, but he's got the answers, that's for sure. 180 for Simon Whitlock, his 3rd of the night, his 50th. A half-century hoisted in the Premier League season 2010. But more importantly, it puts him on the road to levelling this up at 7-all. It's going to be all the way, Dave. I think it's going to be a golden leg. It's going to be a deciding leg for a place in the final of the Premier League.
And how vital will the darts be in that? That's the tantalising question. But Whitlock's still got work to do.
That last dart was absolutely crucial. It was looking like being a disastrous visit, but he saved it. Last dart was a saviour. Hello, here comes James Wade.
Needs 140 really.
140.
Whitlock still favourite by virtue of throwing first in this leg.
Tantalising tungsten.
I'll tell you what. Well,
Got to get a treble, hasn't he?
50.
I don't know why you'd start throwing for the bull with your second dart. Maybe that's a sign of a mental brain explosion from Simon Whitlock. Wade won't need a second invitation. Well, 141 left.
100.
That's not too bad.
He knows he will have 3 darts at 121 for the match, and Whitlock's got to try and turn the screw as tightly as he can.
60.
He hasn't really at all. Left himself awkward now. Wade on 121 for a date in the final. It's on. And that's the shot in the middle of the board there, and he's just the wrong side of the wire. Now Whitlock is going to have to use the bull, one would think, in this 130. Possibilities.
Got to hit a treble here for a shot at the bullseye. Hasn't hit it. James Wade coming back for 25 for the match.
25.
For a place in the final. Level 10 just inside the wire. That's the shot. Now double fives. How big a dart is this for James Wade? It's monstrous. It's a monster. And James Wade goes through to the final. Simon Whitlock, one suspects, not quite at his best, but that man there, James Wade, he's bouncing with joy, and he's bouncing into the final.
The defending champion goes through. Next, it's the 4 times winner, the man they've come to see, Phil the Power Taylor, against Mervyn King.
This is what you've been waiting for.